Has to offer. Comes one kid from Texas with nothing but a wheel and a dream and lots of W. They told me not to send it, so I sent it even harder. Catch the chaos live, every race, every single lap. I'm here to push it to the limit. Join the ride. 3. Hello and welcome to TexSEF iRacing League. I'm your host Wesley Shaw, and sitting next to me running the special guest color commentary is my good friend Will. Will, how you doing?
I'm absolutely doing great. Wes, how are you feeling about the race today?
Man, it's been an exciting season. We've had a lot of good racing on our Monday and Friday series. Today we're doing the Monday series, and this is the first of the back-to-back series. This is Oulton. We're in Britain. We're in the Array F1600 cars. We're going to have a lot of fun today.
That sounds like a movie. I can't lie.
Oh, it is. It's 100% a move. And speaking of a move, the cars are underway, so we're going to go ahead and skip talking about the schedule this early on. We'll talk about the schedule after the race. We're going to go ahead and switch over to the live replay here and get into the cars. A little black screen for you, just get you a little prepared here. Get you on board with Axel here, the leader of today's race. Axel, and it looks like Ridgepoint is going to lead the pack here.
I feel like these racers, they've had how long have they had to prepare for these races now? How long have they been going now? I guess I'm a question.
I mean, really, you can practice all season for whatever track you want to do. We let them know a week in advance of where we're going. I make regular announcements about where we're going, and so it's up to the drivers to practice as much as they can. But speaking of, we're fixing to get underway here. And that is the green flag out. That is Science Academy leading with Ridgepoint right behind. That's 2 Lubbock cars lunging a little bit. That's, let's see, who is that? That is number 77. That is Lubbock. That is Matt from Lubbock making a huge send up here into 3rd place. Dylan and Axel now side by side. Axel goes through for the first position here.
I feel like the leaderboard is kind of getting, it's shifting a lot more frequently than what I would expect. That these players they came to win.
No kidding, this is a very good track. A lot of fun to run, especially in these cars. These cars, you can really chuck them into the corners, and you ain't got to do a whole lot of braking. You just slide them through, and these cars will take it. These cars will handle it. They're light enough, they're quick enough, there's enough traction in those tires that it will handle it. So now we're kind of separating here between the lead pack and a back pack. We have Ridgepoint, Science Academy, and Hebron leading the pack with Rick Allen, our exhibition racer here, the TexSEF commissioner here. They're in looks like 4th place leading there. Right behind him is going to be both the Lubbock cars. There's going to be Kian and Matt back here, kind of leading the pack here in the back. A little bit of contact, getting into each other. Bad news for Lubbock there this early on in the race. Getting a little too comfortable with their cars.
You hate to see it happen. But I do want to pay some props to Mr. Allen, the commissioner. I mean, I feel like he doesn't have as much time as the rest of our racers to put in the practice, but he's going kind of crazy. I can respect that.
I do believe so. That is a lot of fun to be in these cars, and especially be a part of TexSEF. You know, as much as he is, he's kind of a huge part here. We're definitely going to get an interview after this race as well. It's not very often we get Rick Allen, the commissioner here, going off a little bit on track there. Not very often that we get him to sit in with us.
How often do we get him off track?
Occasionally. he said last week that he was just letting them get ahead of him, that way he can track them down. So a little bit of a intentional, maybe a little bit not. Just kind of depends on what he's feeling right there.
So it's all intentional. That's what I'm hearing.
Definitely. It's all intentional. It's all a part of the plan. But speaking of the plan, looks like the main pack here is going according to how Ridgepoint's plan is going. Him leading the pack with Science Academy behind, and Hebron leading up in 3rd place here. Science Academy being really aggressive, trying to get into the mirrors of him there. All the way up right almost into him there. And these little mid-engine rear-wheel drive cars. These are pretty much faster go-karts. They're go-karts with some aerodynamics on them, really.
I can see it in the shape design, yeah. And I believe the top 3 racers, they're neck and neck. They really want to keep the pressure on, or keep the pressure on each other. Keep their feet to the pedal, and I won't lie, who are you feeling would come out on top here with the current pace so far?
I think so, but right now Ridgepoint is still holding on to it really well, mind you. He's really holding his own, keeping that first place between two really quick cars. That's now Ridgepoint now making a little bit of a move side by side, coming up
Ooh.
into the right hand here of the uphill section towards the last corner coming up. A little bit through some dust there, probably from Rick going off a little bit. A little bit of grass coming up.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're good. A little bit of exciting here. Oh, and that is
Oh.
Axel off.
Ah, you hate to see it.
That is true.
And, it's I won't lie to you, Wes. It's very interesting to see Mr. Allen on the sticks. You know, usually he's kind of more of a coach, right? Behind the notebook in hand and kind of like reading us, telling us what to do. But seeing Bro on it, it's interesting for sure.
Absolutely. Just like Axel got a little bit too squirrely on that one.
Ah,
But yes, that is true indeed. I do agree with that one 100%. Usually Rick's kind of in the background with his notebook, yelling and barking orders at us to tell us what to do to make sure we're
yeah.
doing it right. But this time he was opting to hop in the car and show us how to do it right. But speaking of doing it right, looks like Rick is now in the pit lane here, a lap down. Not
Mm.
sure why.
Take a little visit.
Maybe. Let's see just what happened. Ooh,
Oh, hey, we got a little
same
trailer.
corner. Same corner that Axel got wiped on.
Mm.
See what happens here. Does he brake? Does he not? I'm not seeing any braking.
Oh, he just goes full speed, does
He just wanted to take a full speed,
he?
and it did not
Oh.
work. Big clip, and that's a left rear that is completely gone.
Mm.
Front left is a little bit pushed in there. He's
Mhm.
gonna get a tow and get back into the race here.
Mm. Oh, yeah, you can appreciate his enthusiasm for sure. Uh,
He's dedicated to making that turn at full speed. He does
absolutely.
not want to slow down.
And if you really think about it, if he did make it, that would have been mad pace. That would have been some
That
pretty
that
good
would be.
pace.
I think he probably would have picked up a good few seconds here.
Mm.
So that's just Rick not getting enough practice that he needs here. That is Marco all the way through for the first place here. Rick and Lubbock for Kian is in the pits now. Actually, no, that's my fault. That is Lubbock out on the track, but does have a black flag, so he's going to have to come into the pits anyway. So maybe I'm not off.
Bit of an
Maybe I'm a
early
little,
call.
little too early, a little too
Yeah.
early. But that is Rick and Lubbock now both a lap down, so that leaves 4 cars on the lead lap. Hebron, Ridgepoint, Science Academy, and Lubbock High School all on the lead lap fighting for here. Matt from Lubbock, sorry, is now 45 seconds behind. Science Academy 4.5 seconds off, and Ridgepoint closing. Ridgepoint does have the early race fastest lap here, so it's up to Hebron to maybe track that down, or maybe if Science Academy can take it away. But hey, we may get a late race call in from Lubbock High School with Matt taking the fastest lap. He's done it a couple of times before, so we'll just see what happens in the next 29 minutes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Props to Hebron. They went from, I believe, third or trailing third, following Ridge and Science, but I mean, they turned it around. They're a good set of pace, and being able to capitalize on the brief mistake from the side of Ridgepoint.
That is true 100%. Hebron is the 2025 TexSEF Undisputed State Champion for the iRacing division. He is the defending champ here. He's a senior, so this is his last season here on the driver's side. We may see him as an exhibition driver later on, just like myself, as well as Rick, you know. So we might see him back, but this is his last time as a student to race for TexSEF, so he's trying to make sure his name is out here and make sure he's going to stay well known. If he can defend his title and take home the 2026, he's going to be the first ever to do it back to back.
Absolutely, so
I
much on the
myself,
line.
I
Wow.
myself couldn't do it. I only had the one season. You know, I was there for 24, then I immediately graduated. So now I've been sitting on the admin side, just kind of sucking it up.
Yeah.
You know, I can't go for a championship anymore. So I was the first to do it, so I can take that home. But that's Hebron trying to take it back to back here. If he can, that is one heck of a move. But he's got a lot of uphill fighting here with Ridgepoint and Science Academy both fighting for that championship as well. I believe that is Ridgepoint that is holding the championship title right now in points. So he's leading with the most points coming off of his, I think, 2 or 3 win streak here. So if Hebron can knock that off and kind of knock him down a peg, if Science Academy can get in front of him, take the points away from him, that's going to knock Dylan out a little bit down. That's going to put Science Academy maybe a lot closer, and Hebron definitely closer into the contention here. But Hebron's got a lot of fighting to do just to get back into where he wants to be with winning the title. You know, he's defending champion. He's a really fast driver. I raced him back when I raced as a student. And he's a really fast driver.
So there's history there, yeah.
There is a historically rival, as well as being the other TexSEF admin here. Myself
Yeah.
and Marco's the student side, so next year it's going to be just two admins.
Absolutely, yeah. Be a bit of a change of pace compared to the past, but I feel like maybe a bit more quick for you as well.
Absolutely. I may just see him here in the broadcast booth next season
That's right.
as a regular returner.
Call him up, call him up.
That would be great if I can sucker him into being a broadcaster here. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, hey, a pickup from Hebron. It's a big pickup regardless of what game it is. I know from my history in TexSEF with Mr. Allen as our coach whenever I was in high school. They were, I mean, without much exaggeration, yeah, they were the team to beat. Right?
They were 100%. Hebron's been a really strong contender in TexSEF. 100%. They're also a big contender in other esports as well,
Absolutely.
I believe, because they're more than just TexSEF, I believe. They're in a couple other brackets, but TexSEF is the main one.
Absolutely. I feel like their player development is second to none. They've made more than just they have, or excuse me, they have more than just made good teams. They have developed talent. They have made people or developed people from maybe a more middling player, someone who's a bit lacking, to absolute talent, right? And it's big props to them as well. And we can kind of see it shine through here with Marco on his last year, right? He's fighting for it. He doesn't want to go down without one more win beneath his belt. And I can absolutely check that.
100% do agree with that. You know, Hebron's been they've been cultivating their talent. Hebron, really Marco here from Hebron is from South Africa, believe it or not. And whenever he immigrated here to the U.S., his parents got him to go to Hebron. He was all right at iRacing already, but Hebron really just kind of developed that further, got him in, got all the skills he needed to be developed. Started racing here in TexSEF, and he hasn't looked back since. He's been a really strong driver. He even raced in the 24 Hours of Le Mans on the iRacing series.
Okay.
So that's really cool to see that we have a really good driver both in TexSEF and just iRacing in general. He's a really strong driver, especially in these road courses. Definitely in the GT3s more so than these Ray F1600s. I don't see him race these very often, but to see that he is already leading with a 1.5-second gap to Ridgepoint and 3.5 seconds to Science Academy is really big news. It's big news for Hebron to see that. So I know that their coach is 100% happy on the news end right now with 24.5 minutes to go. But Ridgepoint now 1.3 seconds in, closing a little bit of better exit out of that last corner there. Big straight coming on the start finish here, going up through the uphill section.
Absolutely. And I think it is Hebron, right, setting the standard once more. But I mean, so far, right, we've seen the scoreboard, or at least the leaderboard, not change too much. Very unstable at the start, but it's kind of found its flow now with Science Academy lagging behind just a bit, and of course Hebron leading the charge so far. I feel like, I mean, with how much time we have left, right, there is still opportunity. There's room for potential shift, but you know, how are you feeling about the chances of Ridge Academy or Science Academy taking the Ridgepoint, excuse me, taking the edge up over Hebron?
I mean, the chance is there. I mean, Ridgepoint has won two or three in a row at this point.
Wow.
So with him leading the series here, that's both Lubbock cars there off the track there. That's, I believe that is Lubbock. That is Kean from Lubbock just sitting there on track. Not sure why. Maybe he's. Oh, that is him gone there. Not sure why. That's Rick in the back now with another black flag. So maybe it's just strategic for him to do that. He's going to bring back 2 laps. You know, he's pretty
Absolutely.
quick as a driver.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
But speaking of the race going on, you know, we're only halfway, not even halfway through the race. So as always, it's always going to be a really open book until the last couple of minutes with the closing laps. But right now, Hebron, as it stands, if the checkered flag were to drop right now, Hebron would take it. Ridgepoint at second, Science Academy third, Lubbock taking fourth and sixth, and Rick taking his exhibition at fifth. So right now, Hebron's got it good. If he can keep that strong and keep the momentum going, he's got 1.9 seconds here to Ridgepoint, so a decent little gap here to go with Science Academy 3.5 seconds back. I think the book is still going to be good. You know, you have to make one pit stop during this race. You have one mandated pit stop. You have to stop for tires and fuel to get back on the track because these cars will not take it all the way to the green till checker. You have to stop at least once. So, I mean, it can come down to pit strategy. We saw it a couple of weeks ago at Oschersleben in Germany. We saw a huge shakeup there between Axel and Hebron and Ridgepoint go on, and I believe Marco took the win there just based off of one bad pit stop from Science Academy. got caught speeding on pit lane, got a black flag, had to dip back down into the pit lane, and Marco took the win there after that, coming off of his mistake when early on in the race, Marco got wrecked.
Oh.
That's Science Academy getting a little spin there, a little too aggressive through this first chicane here. But speaking of Osher Slevin and his mistake there was related to something like this, just a bit of a lost control, a little bit too heavy on the throttle in the pit lane, kind of cost him there when he had over 40 seconds to
Wow.
Marco.
40
Marco got hit, turn one,
seconds.
lap one, got some damage, dipped into the pit lane to fix it. So he had his mandated pit stop done at that point, so he could just run, but made a big move there for Science Academy, slammed into the
Ah.
wall.
What an unfortunate turn of events here
That
for
is
Science Academy.
that is maybe a bit of a caster's curse for us kind of
Maybe.
sitting there talking about him, and the mistake at Osher Slevin may have caught him up right there. So he's going to get a big tow back to the pit lane. You see a minute and 30 before he's back into the pit lane because he's got to get towed back. You got to get the tow truck out there and tow him back. So he's going to get towed back, get his damage done, and get back on the track. But in Osher Slevin in Germany, Marco was the one that got hit. He got hit turn one, lap one. Uh,
Ah.
by another driver. He got hit in the wall, got some damage, dipped in the pit lane, got it fixed, and from then on it was just a recovery drive, and what a recovery drive it was. He picked up 4 seconds in the first two laps to third and fourth place. Got to second place, just chased down Science Academy with all he had, and ended up passing him from a mistake in the pit lane. So it's always open. I mean, right now as it stands, Science Academy could get the fix here. Both Ridgepoint and Hebron could wreck, and that leaves Science Academy to pick up the scraps and take home first. Uh, Heck, even Lubbock could. Matthew from Lubbock, now a lap down, could snipe it away from him if given the chance. We have 20 minutes remaining, so everything's on the table right now.
More than anything, I feel like that is the testament. The story you told about Ebron's Marco, it's a testament to this player's skill and the pressure innate with these races, right? You see it get to Ridge, I believe, who took a bad hit, and it honestly, you can more than just us telling you, right? You can just see it on the players. Like they're feeling the issue, they're feeling the pressure, they feel the weight on them to perform, and I believe that so far, at least, it's been Hebron to have really demonstrated their resilience and their ability to keep it pushing even when the stakes are high.
That is right. Hebron has been really strong, really headstrong in everything they do. At the TexSEF Undisputed for the 2025, they did not have very good odds going into it. They lost a couple of matches for their Valorant. Another
Ah,
team that they were
yeah.
playing got caught cheating with a guy running
Really?
back and forth. Yeah,
Wow.
during the in-person competition for TexSEF. I think it was semifinals. They ended up another team had a guy kind of running back and forth between Hebron and their team and relaying information into the Discord. Guy got caught and
Wow,
escorted out
really?
off site, which was really unfortunate to see for what that school was doing. It was really unfortunate because it was a really close game up until then, or what seemed to be a close game. Once the guy got caught, it was just lights out. Hebron took the win. They had some good fights there for TexF, but they ended up taking the win, especially for what was the competition? I believe it was Overwatch. I believe it was
I
Overwatch.
can
I may be
absolutely
wrong.
believe that, yeah. Hebron's Overwatch roster has been consistently solid for years on end now. It's more than just the individual players, it's how they work together as a team and how the school has made them develop their relationship with each other and with the game, right? Um, our school, Texas A&M, we had the chance to swim them. I would say a few months ago now, and they were excellent. They were great players, players who were more than just mechanically skilled. They were together, right? They had the macro skill to force plays to make things happen when they were down. And I think that's a team that, again, we strive to become, right? And the
Absolutely.
gold standard for Texas Owners Division.
I think it is a giant goal to strive towards. It's a big fight to get to that level, even as high schoolers, let alone. It's a big fight. That's Axel now diving in for that black flag. Maybe he just got caught speeding on pit lane again. But Hebron is really good. Their coaches are top tier. They make sure to cultivate the best that they can out of each player and get all the skill that they can out of them. They can take you from like a mid-tier to low-tier player and kind of develop you, model you, and sculpt you into something that you never would have dreamed that you could be. That's Marco going off the track there, bad exit out of turn two there. Ridgepoint now 36 seconds back, probably a big spin there. We're not sure, but that is Science Academy now a lap down. So a lot of bad news happening all across the grid, except for Hebron. Hebron has the good news. Hebron, they're definitely raising the roof right now. They're extremely ecstatic to see that going on.
I mean, again, so far with Hebron leading the pack, they have not let go, so they just haven't let go on it realistically, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
they've had an iron grip on that. You know,
mm,
they're making sure that they hold it down and can do everything they can. Maybe he's got some mystical powers that he's pushing through iRacing to upset the iRacing gods to get these guys to mess up. We're not sure.
I mean, it could also just simply be that he is him.
Yeah.
You told me a
I mean,
lot about
yeah,
this player, and it seems that he has put in a lot of practice. Right, coming from an immigrant background myself, whenever you go to the States, you get the opportunity to be a lot more than what you could have at home, and I feel like he can feel right that he wants to be better. He wants to be the best because he has the drive to be the best. I respect that absolutely.
I do agree with that. That is 100% true. He is an immigrant himself. Him and his family immigrated from South Africa, so they've been really good. That's Marco now diving into the pit here for his scheduled pit stop. That's going to give Ridgepoint all the time that they can. 36 seconds to get a lot closer here. We may see Ridgepoint dive into the pits, or it may be maybe an overcut situation. You might see Ridgepoint try and push onwards, but that is Heber now making the stop here. Or sorry, Hebron making the stop. That's my bad. I'm stumbling over myself. But that is Ridgepoint now coming up to the last corner here. Time is slowly losing between Hebron and Ridgepoint. So Marco's definitely going to be looking at that. He's going to be looking when to go and when he can get out of the pit lane here. But Ridgepoint exactly not wanting to make the exchange here to pit as well. I believe that is 3 seconds now. That is
Wow.
Hebron now out. Ridgepoint now closing down 2.3 seconds. I believe Ridgepoint has not pit yet. Uh,
Oh.
Ridgepoint is not pit, so he's going to have to
Okay.
make an overcut strategy. Maybe get past him, make some gap here on the older tires, because Hebron's got to sit here, get those tires warm. He's on cold tires now with a full tank of fuel, so he's got to spend a lap or two to get warm. But Ridgepoint's got right now still fresh, still on straight tires that are good. They're up to operating temperature. They've been there for the past 15 minutes, so right now Ridgepoint's in favor. But in long term, Hebron still has it on lock.
Absolutely. What a solid play from Hebron, considering how much time they have left, and considering the pit stop, the mandatory pit stop they have to make. A very solid foresight on their end and understanding of where they are. I mean, whenever we saw Hebron take the pit stop, they were 36 something seconds ahead of the next competitor. And honestly, whoa.
That's Kian going off. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe a bit of damage there. Yep, that's a black flag and another tow for Kian from Lubbock. Really unfortunate to see for the Lubbock car. But speaking of Hebron, yes, that was a really smart move to dive in with the 36-second gap. Really smart to come out right on time
Yeah,
with the fuel and tires. So really smart play there from the Hebron driver. It's all up to Ridgepoint here if he can make a smart decision to pit right now, or if he's going to wait and go on. It looks like he's going to keep going on, maybe another couple of laps before he dives in. You know, there's 14 minutes left in this race, so it's still open. Decisions are still being made. So Ridgepoint's going to have to make that decision of when he's going to pit and when he's going to make that sacrifice.
do you think that whenever Ridgepoint ends up pitting, it will be an opening for Science Academy to take the second seat?
It may be if he hasn't already pit. Looks like he may have already pit, actually. That may just be my bad.
Oh, wait, really? Ridgepoint already.
It looks like kind of on the top left of
Oh,
your screen there for what looks like your standings. Looks like he's already pit back on lap
you're
10,
right. In
and
that
that may be
case,
the
wow.
reason why there was a 36-second gap. We were taking a look back at some of the Lubbock cars and Rick back there in the TMUT car. You know, he was Grapevine last week, and I kind of moved him over to the TMUT side. You know, he's no longer a part of the high school he was back in 1992.
92,
Yes,
yep.
sir. He did graduate back in '92. That's uh, 12. Nope, not even 12.
Twenty-eight?
That
No,
was
that's the.
9 years
Oh,
or
9.
8 years after my mom was born. So my mom was
Oh,
8 years old when Rick graduated high school.
I mean, can you physically be held back that long?
I don't know.
Part of me feels like no, you know. Part of me feels like eventually you'll get past the algebra and the English
Maybe,
4.
maybe.
Eventually, right?
I mean, at this point, there's ChatGPT, there's
That's
some
true.
really smart calculators, there's the Google Lens, there's all kinds of ways, which we don't recommend using
That's
for
true.
any of your academic studies unless advised by your instructor. Don't
Absolutely.
cheat on your assignments and stuff,
Absolutely.
please.
That's also
We,
not
we
a
want
good
to
thing
see
to
you
learn.
graduate.
We don't want to see you get held back for however long he was.
We just want to see you in for the 4 years and get out. You know, it's high school. It's not college.
Exactly,
There's
exactly.
no 8 year degree for high school. There is for
Mm,
college though. We'd love to see you in the college series.
absolutely.
But
But
speaking of series and esports, well, you know, TexSEF, it's the Texas Scholastic Esports Federation. It has all your esport needs. Do you know that?
I think
As a former TexSEF player yourself, you know, you were on the Overwatch team here. That's Rick letting him by there. The two leaders here, Marco and Dylan here. But speaking of TexSEF still, it's got almost every esport,
it does. Yeah,
almost every one. It's got Valorant, Overwatch, Street Fighter, Tekken, Smash Bros. It's got iRacing, clearly. You know,
absolutely.
we wouldn't be on here a part of the TexF
iRacing
Foundation
crew.
here if it
Yeah,
wasn't.
exactly.
There's all kinds of other games as well. There's 2K, there's Madden. I'm even forgetting some games, I know. That's Marco going off a little bit off track there. Uh, there's even chess. Do you know that? There
There
is a
is
chess.
chess. Yes.
I saw some of the guys playing the chess for tech stuff and I was like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that.
There's
Maybe I should have signed up for chess back in high school. I used to play chess.
really.
Yeah,
You're
I
on
was an avid chess player.
you more of a Magnus Carlsen or a Hikaru Nakamura type man?
Ooh, that's a very tight contention there.
It is.
Ooh, speaking of tight
Oh,
contention, that is Marco going off. Big spin there.
and that will be Ridge Point to take the lead.
That is
What a
true.
shift has been.
That is true. Let's take a look here. What just happened? Looked like he may have just kind of overtook it here. Maybe a little bit too aggressive coming into this corner. Maybe he pulled a Rick and ooh, looks like contact.
Ah,
Maybe no contact made. That's my fault. Just didn't get on the brakes in time and overcooked it. Looks
mm,
like there.
I feel like it might be the case that Marco from Bieber, he was trying to keep pace. Ooh, wait a minute. Ridge Point.
Ridgepoint letting him have it back.
Okay, you get the pressure's really getting to the 10-minute mark. It's a calling, right? You need to make it, or you need to make it now. Or you don't make it at all. It's the call in, and both players feeling it.
That is right. That's fight is back on. Maybe Ridgepoint kind of let him go a little bit too far here. Now 4.5 seconds to the gap. Maybe a little too generous. You know.
Little, yeah.
There's 9.5 minutes. Time's starting to tick down. Looks like 1.8 seconds on the gap on your standings, but looks like on our side, on the broadcast side, looks like a little bit more. Not sure.
I do want to bring us back to the initial spin, right? Whenever Hubert and Ridgeport had the little encounter, and I think that you can see the up until that point where both players, both racers were keeping pace with each other. They were so close, and whenever Hebron, they saw the opening, they saw the opportunity to solidify their lead. They took it, and it was just a bit too far, and they were punished. But then immediately after, Ridgepoint makes the same mistake. Maybe not even mistake, but just the same miscalculation, and we see it come to bite them right now. He ran in a pretty solid lead from what I'm seeing.
That is true.
Wow.
There's a lot of fighting here. Uh, there is a lot of the same miscalculations here in these cars. You know, these cars are very touchy. There's 4 cylinders. There's four gears to choose from. Uh, so you and really when you throw these cars in the corner, you just got to sit there and pray that you make it through all right.
I can
And
see it,
sometimes it
yeah.
just doesn't work out. Sometimes you're too aggressive. You toss it in too hard. Sometimes you make it through. Really, there's kind of a Tokyo Drift element here, you know. Just get the rear loose enough that you can toss it in. Speaking of tossing it that is Lubbock. That is Matt letting by the two leaders here. What a gentleman he is. What a
Absolutely.
gentleman.
Yeah, he can respect the ones. And yeah, I think I can see what you mean with the kind of having to throw caution to the wind a bit. Even though they haven't been featured as much, Lubbock, right? They've been kind of keeping pace with the bottom half. And we kind of see they have had to black flag a few times. They've had to reset pit a few times. And I believe that we saw it with Mr. Allen, right? Whenever he went on the corner, it didn't brake fast enough, and he just hits
Absolutely.
the wall.
This corner is a really difficult one to take in these cars. Speaking of what just happened there with Kian, looked like the same ordeal, just kind of chucked it in too deep and too much to recover from. These cars, there's a very fine line to hold on to them. You really got to ride the knife's edge on these
Absolutely, yeah.
cars, just like the nose looks. It's sharp as a point, and there's a reason for it. You got to be really careful, not too much and not too little, and that's what gets you the speed. It's really what gets you the speed in almost every race car I've ever gone racing in. But these cars, it's a lot more, it's a lot tighter than say like a NASCAR, what I'm used to, and a lot tighter than a GT3. You know, cars that we're used to seeing are a lot heavier. These cars weigh maybe 1,100 pounds. So you can pick up the front end with just your two bare hands.
Yeah, no.
Compared to like a NASCAR, you got to get a couple of guys to to get up underneath and kind of push there. But these cars you can lift by yourself. There's not too much weight on there.
I
You got a
see.
small engine, small transmission. But speaking of, looks like Hebron
Oh.
going off there a little bit too wide on that knife's edge, kind of gone on the broad side of it. But yeah, these cars are really light and they're pretty quick, so not a lot of weight, moving a whole lot fast. There's some torque in there.
Absolutely. And even though, right, the innate risk of these cars, I feel like the ability, knowing when and how to take these risks is what separates the best players from the good players. And I think we see it here with Hebrew, right?
Speaking of
Oh!
big contact, really big contact on that. We're going to take a onboard look here. We're going to try and get as close as we can on what just happened there. What happened? Ooh, just different braking
Oh.
points and the
Ah.
miscalculation of where the other guy is. And that is a huge upsetter. That's Hebron now with a meatball ridge point. Both cars having to get a tow there.
Wow.
You can see the uh-oh factor on Marco's helmet there through the through the visor. He's like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
not supposed to point this way.
I don't
There's
think
something
so
wrong.
either. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Something happened and yeah, no.
Boom.
Wow. What an impact.
Absolutely. That's the left front gone off of both cars.
Mm.
Giant move there.
So what happens from here, Wes? Do both players just take a brief reset? They return to the pit and they just have to get back on it
I
as
mean,
fast as
yeah,
they can.
both cars got to get their tow done.
Mm.
Both cars have to get the car fixed. I believe we do have a fast repair in this series, which
Mm.
means you pretty much get a brand new car to hop in. You just got to wait through the tow
Mm.
to get back out. But that is going to leave Science Academy to get his lap back. That's going to put Science Academy back on the board.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's going to give pretty much everyone time to get at least a lap back here for all the cars here.
Mm. What a change of momentum it really is. Science Academy initially the number three and was tailing close behind, but eventually at some point or another lost the lead after I believe it was a spin or a bad
Yes,
spin.
it was a spin. It was a
Mm.
big spin from Science Academy to toss himself out there.
Mm.
Just another point of miscalculation. You know, tossing the car in too deep and too aggressive. Just kind of slaps you upside the face and tells you, GG's, go again.
Yeah, you just go next. You don't really have much of a choice, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're
You're on a
still in.
closed course. You can't go home.
Hmm.
You,
Oh
you got all the race to go ahead.
yeah.
So that's both the front
Absolutely.
leaders here. Just gonna sit here in the pit.
Mm.
Really unfortunate to see Marco out already.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay, okay. He wants to keep it pushing. He wants to take the advantage back now
Yeah,
that
there's
they're both back into the game.
four minutes now left in this race.
Mm.
So that's going to be Science Academy still just out of reach.
Mm.
Speaking of Science Academy, actually in the pit lane right now.
Wow.
Oh no.
Do
Ooh,
you
that's
think that?
Ridgepoint. Really getting on those cold
Oh,
tires.
yeah. I feel like more than just a positional advantage, right? Even getting out earlier means that they get to warm up a lot faster as well. And even though the margin is quite small, a small margin really is the difference maker, and we've seen it be the difference maker so far. We'll see if he manages on 3 minutes remaining.
There are 3.5 minutes remaining. 1.6 seconds the gap to the two leaders here. Ridgepoint did take the fastest lap here, so Ridgepoint is the tiniest bit faster, but not by much. Just 5 tenths, not even 5 tenths.
Holy.
Looks like about 4 tenths and some change there
A little bit more,
to the
yeah.
leader there between Hebron. So the favor is slightly in Ridgepoint's favor to be as quick as he can. 1.3 seconds between the two. We're going to take a look back here. That's Science Academy still in the pits there. That's both Lubbock cars now spinning there off that turn. So that's bad to see. That's Rick coming around the corner here. Maybe get him a little piece of the Lubbock action. Ooh, almost.
Oh,
Really nervous, nerve
oh,
wracker there.
absolutely. With what we just saw, right? We're on the edge of our seats here. Let's see if Mr. Allen can pull through, and he does. So we'll keep. Well, we're staying posted. Hebron still.
We will keep you posted on the turnout of TMUT now holding fourth. Looked like Lubbock now taking third position here. Uh, Bad news for the Lubbock car for Kian, and I believe that's Axel. Axel is no longer in the lobby. Looks like Axel may have got
Wow.
big damage there.
Mhm.
We'll take a look here just in a little bit of what just happened there, but that's Lubbock now taking home third place effectively, unless Rick can all of a sudden manage something. We're not sure, but the main title fight is still going on. Speaking of, Ridgepoint's made the pass.
There he goes. Yeah. You were mentioning it before, right? The very, very briefest of differences in speed, and it's coming out in a big way for the side of Ridgepoint.
It's
Hebron.
got to be up to Hebron to pull that win if he wants to stay in this championship contender. We're late in the series here. We're just over halfway. This is the first week of the back-to-back Oulton series. We're doing the Oulton series for the Monday and Friday, just like we do every week. Same race, same cars, just different day of the week. So two different series going on, and right now I believe Dylan is holding the contention for both. So it's up to Hebron to mark it down for the Monday, and up to Hebron to mark it down for the Friday. The next week we're coming back to Oulton and exchanging these Ray F1600s for the giant, absolute mammoth cars of the GT3 series. So you're going to see the difference here between these really fast, really sleek cars, these pretty much go-karts here that are probably 1,100 pounds maybe, to giant mammoth cars that weigh about 3,000 to 4,000 pounds.
What a change of scenery, isn't it?
Absolute big contact. A little bit of a nerve wrecker there on that one.
Oof.
We're going to get on board with Dylan here, just show you just what happened on that one. This race has been 100% interesting. Gets on track and barely
Oh,
misses
what a
him.
dodge. He keeps himself ahead. That could have been disaster
That was
for
almost
the side of
disaster.
Ridgepoint.
We have not had a single second to really give you a break and give you a commercial break here. It's been action since the beginning. Marco barely believes him through
Oh,
as well.
holy.
Woo.
What a dodge it was, yeah. That could have been the potential run ender there for Ivor players or Ivor racers, but they keep it pushing, they keep it going, they keep it
Could be.
close.
This is the last lap, so this is the last lap we're going to see under green flag. White flag is out. Checkered is going to come by next time around, so that is up to Hebron to crawl back that second and a half difference. Hebron needs to crawl back within the next few
Wow.
corners, or else it is day over, and he's going to take home second place. But right now, Ridgepoint still holding the lead here. Time is ticking here for Hebron. If he wants that win, if he wants to knock Dylan down a peg, it is going to have to happen now. It's all quick section up in here and the last corner. So either Ridgepoint makes a mistake or Marco pulls out a miracle.
Absolutely. And with the form that Ridgepoint is on, dodging the initial oncoming disaster, I feel like he is locked in beyond.
Oh no,
Oh.
that's Hebron now around.
Ah. You hate to see it.
Just got a little too aggressive there and tossed it in too deep.
Ah.
That is bad news for Hebron. That's Hebron going to take home second place here, and that is Ridgepoint now with the win. Effectively here, there he is crossing the line, and just right now, absolutely ecstatic for the Ridgepoint car. Big fights going on the entire way
Absolutely.
around.
What a performance from Ridgepoint so far. Oh,
A little bit of contact between the
is
two.
that BMing? Is that allowed?
Just some celebratory stuff going on,
A
man. You never
little
know.
bump for fun, yeah. But no, what a performance from Ridgepoint so far. Never, what? Okay, is that allowed? Can
I
we
don't
do
know.
that? Can we do that? He's having a little bit of fun with it,
Just some
but
celebrations going on.
but what? Nah, I mean, I don't blame him at all. What a performance! Right? We see Ridgepoint. They were stuck at second, at third for so long. Hebron dominant for so long, but Bridgepoint now pulling through. They make it happen. It was, I mean, for the longest time, it was so close. And then it was the initial mistake from Hebron to really upset that norm. And they just keep it pushing, right? Uh, Ridgepoint not letting go, even when the lead slips past them. And then Hebron, when the pressure gets to them, when the final minutes are in, they couldn't pull through. But I mean, still, what a performance has been from both teams, from all of our schools today, or here for today's race. And I am more than anything, as a first timer, as a first time viewer, first time production member, I am honestly super proud, and I'm super excited to see what else they can bring to the table during the deeper brackets. Excuse me.
That is right. It's been one heck of a performance. This is the first season that we've had the opportunity to broadcast for the TexSEF race. So what a race this one was. This one's definitely going on the highlights after the
Absolutely.
fact. There was not a moment of relief. It's been
Yeah.
constant on your edge, on the edge of your seat. So, Will, I don't know if you're good luck to keep bringing that kind of racing in. I think I might just have to make you a return
Maybe so. Maybe
broadcaster here.
so.
That was a lot of fun. We didn't even get a chance to do a commercial break.
Maybe.
Man,
Maybe. It's been just non-stop action. Yeah.
it has been. Maybe
Our
it's Oulton, maybe
racers.
it's you, maybe there's a combination between them.
Something in the air, yeah. Something in the
Maybe.
waters.
But we're gonna be right back with you. We're gonna try and get a hold of the race finishers here, as well as the TexSAF commissioner. We'll be right back with you. All right, and we're back. We have the third place finisher here. We have Mr. Matt. We have Matt from Lubbock. Matt, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right.
Man, you finished third. That was a good fight there. You
Yeah.
had it pretty solid there. Once Science Academy was unfortunately wiped off the face of the earth there. So it was a pretty good lead there that you had to Rick and your fellow teammate there, Mr. Kean. Really tell me about your race there.
I thought it was pretty fun. I came kind of late, didn't have a lot of practice on track, but I tried my best to gain some position since I'm not really racing for wins, but for points right now. So yeah, it was a lot of fun though. I enjoyed it, and yeah.
That did look like a lot of fun. But speaking of, you didn't have a whole lot of practice, but man, it didn't show. You looked like you were a professional out there. You really brought it home really strong, especially taking home a podium finish here. Let's see, you started fifth and you crawled your way up to third, so that's a really good fight there, especially considering that you had Rick, the TexF commissioner, who's really good in these cars. said so by himself. So that's really good on you. Uh, kind of unfortunate to see your teammate there, Mr. Kean, finish where he did. We're not sure what happened there, but what went through your head coming across the finish line there with that third place?
Um, I mean, I guess I was just really thankful to God that I was able to get third. Um, towards the beginning of the race, I was thinking, man, I'm just gonna end up finishing fourth since, like everyone is just so much better than me. Like the skill difference is just really amazing. So, I'd say it's just another miracle that I was able to manage third. And yeah, I'm really excited for Friday's race if it's gonna be this fun.
It did look like a lot of fun, and we're really thankful that you're able to show up for us and race with TexSEF. There is a huge skill here between sim racing as a whole. You know, sim racing isn't all that common. You can't just pick up a game controller and sink in probably 20 hours and be good. You got to sink a lot of time in, and
Yeah,
you've definitely been sinking all that time in all this season and all last season as well. It looked like. So you've definitely been developing your skills. Are you a freshman, sophomore, junior, or are you a senior?
I'm a freshman.
You are a freshman, so you're just coming in. So we got you for the next 4 years. So that's really good to hear. We'll see what happens. Uh, Heck, even next week and further on through the season. So Matt, we're gonna let you go celebrate. Take your third place, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks, Wesley.
Thank you. All right, and that was the third place finisher, Matt from Lubbock. We'll be right back as we grab second place finisher, Marco from Hebron.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. Welcome, Marco, to the podcast or to the broadcast. Excuse me, our second place finisher. How are you feeling, man?
For second place after the incident. So
The incident, absolutely. Putting it lightly. But nah, tell me, how are you feeling about your race? How are you feeling about your performance so far? Because we got to see the kind of ups and downs of your race, right? We see you guys do a really good job of holding the first position for so long, and then eventually, right, it kind of just barely slips away from you. I just want to kind of capture what you were feeling in that moment.
yeah, I mean I started off the race. I think it was fourth place. I don't remember where I started, but
Yes, it was fourth, I believe.
after catching up to third place after first turn, I kind of just I knew that Dylan and Axel were gonna be battling, so I kind of just waited my turn and stayed back. Eventually, it came. Axel spun, and I was able to just fight against Dylan. I don't remember what happened for me to pass him, but after taking first place, I kind of was just trying to just stay consistent and not do anything crazy.
hmm And I think that we saw your discipline come through, right? You held that first position for so long, and I want to also pay some props to you, your ability to capitalize on the players contesting each other for their positions. Um, I want to Wesley, right? He gave me a bit of a highlight about you as a player, you as a competitor. But would you like to share with the chat what year of high school were you? How long have you been competing in the TexSEF circuit, and any future aspirations maybe for whenever you go to college, whether or not you want to continue going with iRacing or not.
Senior in high school for Hebron. I'm going to be graduating in May. As for the future, I'm probably going to be still racing college leagues once I get
Mm-hmm.
there. And I do a lot of endurance racing, so I also have an endurance team. So I'm always going to keep just racing endurances and growing out the team that I've built.
Absolutely. I believe that that's about it for me. If Wesley wants to chime in with any questions of his own, but I really appreciate you for showing up today, and what an excellent race it was today. So enjoy the rest of your night, and thank you for showing up.
Good. All right, thank you. That was the second place finisher. That is Marco from Hebron. We'll be right back as we grab the first place finisher, as well as maybe Rick, the TexSEF commissioner. We'll be right back. And we're back. We have the race winner. We have Dylan from Ridgepoint. Dylan, how you doing, man? Well, you won. You took home the victory. There was a lot of fighting going on. You started second, so you started on the front row along with Science Academy. You had big fights there between the two. Science Academy ended up losing out, having some car difficulties, ended up having to retire out of the race. So that left you and Marco as the lead fighters here, with Lubbock kind of rounding up the tail there. You had a big fight with him. What were your thoughts with this race and how you think you finished with it?
It was a really good race. I think it was fun. I like to be battling with Axel and Marco. It's very unfortunate what happened with Axel. He was doing very, very good at the start of the race, but since he spun, I took the first place. I don't know what happened, but then Marco got into me, so I just tried to be very, very aggressive. Maybe make him nervous or something. I was pushing it very, very hard, and then I saw I wasn't gonna pass him, so I just tried to get to with the undercut, and I think it was during lap 10, but it didn't go well. So he still pitted and was in front of me. So I was trying to get the fastest lap, and then I found like the good grip of the car. I was doing very well, and then I passed him, and then I spun out again because maybe I was being too aggressive. I got a bit of dirt on my tires, and then he passed me, and I was slowly catching up, and then y'all saw what happened. I saw the gap, and I just thought I was gonna make it, and we didn't make it, so crashed into him, and that happened.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question, was your big accident there with Marco going into the first chicane. It was really unfortunate to see. Uh, really, do you think that was kind of the deciding factor here for the race win, or what do you think happened to secure that?
Yeah, well, I was sober. I thought, okay, I was getting P2. That I messed up, and he could go to the pits and stuff, but we pitted both, and we ended up fighting again. So I just knew I was a little bit faster, so I kind of just got ahead of him.
It did look like that. You got that pass going into I believe that is turn four, the long right-hander there. So that was a really good pass on your part there. You got any closing remarks here for what the race is? You got any expectations for Friday here, Dylan?
I just hope we have the same participation as today. I think we were six. I hope we all race again and nobody crashes, so it's a fight between six people, and that'll be fun. And I don't know, maybe I get a win again, or maybe I get second place. I don't know. It's up to the others to practice and maybe take me out or something. Maybe I spin or something. I don't know. I crash my car and somebody can get the win again. But right now, I've been back to back, so that's fun.
Yeah,
And yeah, I'm very happy.
that is true. You are back to back on winning, so you're leading the championship here in both the Monday and the Friday series. So you kind of got a solid grip here, beating out both Science Academy and Hebron. So really, Dylan, I got one more question for you, and one more question only for today, and that
Okay.
is, who do you want to shout out? Who do you want to thank for the race win?
I want to thank everybody again. I want to thank the players in the track. I like the fights. Um, I don't know if it was my fault with Marco, so if it was, I'm sorry. And if it wasn't, I'll try to make a best pass. And yeah, shout out to all of you.
Absolutely. So we'll take a look after and determine that. But thank you, Dylan, and we'll see you on Friday.
All right, bye.
Bye bye. That was the winner of the race. That was Mr. Dylan from Ridgepoint. Will, that was a good race.
What a race it was, yeah. So much going on, so many highlights, so many lowlights as well, unfortunately.
A
But our
lot of
players, they shake it off, they keep it pushing,
that
and
is right.
really, what a testament it is to the dedication, to the love they have for the game, for the sport, to put in their best even after disaster, right? We see that both Dylan and Hebron, Marco, was it? Yeah.
Yes, that is Marco from Hebron.
And Marco, they keep racing, right? They don't let the brief setback set them back, and I think that's just a testament to them as players, testament to them as competitors, and to them as people. I'm very proud of the boys, and they should be proud of themselves as well. A solid performance from everyone, and I'm very excited to see how the future sets go for them. But I think that's about. Oh, were we able to get Mr. Commissioner on for an interview?
I am not sure. He has not responded to any of my attempts, so we may not
Ah.
be able to get him today. But
Mm,
we will try and get him on Friday,
mhm.
and we'll get his thoughts of the Monday race as well. But as for the race today, I think that's going to be it for us. You know, we had a good race. There was a lot of fights. Not really a chance to go to commercial break.
Yeah, no.
So we'll send you to one more commercial break before we end. But right here, we're going to talk about we're going to talk about
Let's go.
the schedule since we didn't get a
Yes,
chance to.
absolutely.
You know, this is the Oulton race here. This is the first Oulton that we see in the series. So we're going to go back on Friday. We're going to double back down as per our back-to-back Oulton series here. We're going to come back with the GT3s next week. Then for the penultimate race, we're going to South Boston, the last short track race of the season. You saw the first short track about halfway into the season with Lanier, the asphalt series with the street stocks. That was a lot of fun racing there. So you're going to see it back again in the street stocks for South Boston, another short track, a lot more fun to do with such short turns, only 4 to go, and about a quarter mile of a track. Then for the last race of the regular season, before we go to state championships, is going to be Summit Point Raceway, and that is going to be the last time we see these GT3s in the main seasons here. So we'll see just what happens here in the next upcoming weeks, the closing weeks here. But we'll see you next time. I've been your host, Wesley Shaw. This has been Will Nguyen sitting next to me, and we'll see you next time.